Hey guys, it's Ron with Farming Up the Hill. Another glorious day up in the mountains. Overcast, a little chilly. Just up here feeding the animals. We buy our feed for the chickens and the pigs right now by the pallet. Hopefully we'll be doing bulk bags this spring. But we get 40, 50 pound bags from a local supplier. In this case, it's Tractor Supply. We get a discount for buying that many. Like I said, we this spring we'll start buying from a mill at 2,000 pound bags. Save us quite a bit of money. It's the way to go about it. That's our goal. So we just bring it in, stack it up, put on a couple pallets. So it's off the ground, off the snow, water, whatever may be there. Put a pallet, one of our carts, and then we just use pallets, put on top, beside it, just to keep the wind from hopefully not knocking it off. Then we're going to take this up. We got metal trash cans that we keep the food in that we're actually distributing to the animals right away. And that's where I'm going to head up and just throw them in the back of the side-by-side. Take it up there and we'll put it in the unit. So, up here, get this feed in there, get these pigs done. Then we're going to go inside and put another panel on the pig shelter for the girls, which will be breeding here real soon. We'll start out transferring one of them over with Brian, our boar, and allowing him to breed the first one. You know, pigs traditionally are 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days gestation period. And so we'll do the first one. We'll probably wait, we'll leave her in a month, and then we'll switch to the next pig, and then we'll keep rotating. So that's our plan. This winter here, watch out, girl. Kind of a nice day out here, actually. Actually above freezing right now. Barely, but it's nice. We switched almost all the animals to the rubber buckets. So when they do freeze, we just stomp on them, flip them over, stomp on them, and knock the ice out of them and then refill them. Except for the cows, they're still in the trough. We just break it up as we go along. But everybody else is pretty much on those chickens, ducks, the whole 9 yards. So we really don't have a way to this year for good keep the water from freezing. So we just want to kind of muddling through this year. Got some great plans for next year. It's a little late this year to put those plans in place. But that's the thing about the farm, and we're building new structures for them. We're going to be moving them this spring/summer to their new home. Now that construction's done on the house, the initial construction, we got to move in. Kind of wanted everybody together so it was easier to keep an eye on them. A lot of contractors coming and going, leaving gates open, so we just wanted to make sure we could easily, one quick glance, make sure everybody was okay. But we got plans for this, like I said, the spring and summer. Get them where we need to get them to, and get it built, and get them where they're gonna be more in the, as it stands right now, permanent situation. We're gonna be buying some equipment. I talked to some local people that are used to run cattle and all that stuff, chickens and things of that nature, about possibly getting in and purchasing their equipment. They've had it for several years, still good working condition. Just older stuff, but will work very good. Head chutes, corrals, things of that nature. So hopefully we can get that deal worked out. As you're going along, if you're, looking at buying stuff, your friends and neighbors in the area are, somebody to talk to, because they may know somebody that's, gotten up in age or decided they didn't want to do it anymore, and you could buy that equipment for a reasonable price and help them out, helps you out. It's good for everybody. So I would encourage you to talk to people. That's really in this day and age, and getting to know people, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Neighbors helping neighbors in different ways, and trying to get things where it's good for everybody. So we're gonna go in here, and we're gonna put another side on this pig shelter, because we're gonna be getting lots more snow. So we got to put this side on there, and we're going to see how it goes. We left the hoop in there because it used to have just a kind of a mini hoop house with a cattle panel on there, and we had tarps over there, but these girls just keep ripping her out. They like to chew on everything. Pigs are very destructive, worse than cattle. So anyway, we'll get started on that, and we'll move on from there. I'm going to walk over this to make sure it's getting a shot.
No, I got it.
I'm going to put it over their hole. That's more of a question.
Yes.
When we're getting this built, they had made a nice hole in the ground. So we thought we would go ahead and move. Hold on a second.
That's nice for those.
Yeah. Like I say, pigs are getting good and destructive. They get bored easy. See this side over here. Hold up. Sit down there and help you. Ready? Yep. What is?
This side.
This side?
Yeah.
Ready?
That's it. Good enough. Good rig. choose the thing that's been there for a day.
Now, just to show you, we started on this yesterday, and oh, come on. See where they've already started chewing on stuff. So they get bored. So that's the reason we left the hoop in there, to help them, so they can't really, hopefully, get into chewing more stuff up. Because that's our plan. All right, so we're gonna put the side on and go from there. Put it down. Parallel to it.
We're gonna start.
We'll do it just like we did the other side. What? Well, this one's going to be right there because it's on this piece of wood already. From there. So we're using 1 5/8" outdoor screws. Over there. Started. Try to put a few more in than I normally would, just because they're pigs. Nice windbreak out of the weather. We throw a little cow hay in with them, bedding, so that they're
Just that side of the screw you missed on the bottom of it. You missed it this way.
this way. Yeah, I figured that, but there's 9 of them.
Okay.
I figured that was the case. What's up? What's up, Anna? So the number one thing that we have to remind ourselves every day is, even though they destroy stuff constantly, we got to fix it because we're responsible for these guys. Make sure they get fed, watered, some housing, keep them out of the weather the best we can. You know, if there's any medical needs for them, we do our best. Try to give them a good life, best life they can, and I try to keep my hands on them as much as possible so that they're used to people. And best way to do that is when they're eating, you just scratch them a little bit because they like it. They like it a lot. That way they're a little less set up to attack. You do have to watch. You never really turn your back on these guys. They will bite you. I've been down here even on building this shelter, and they came over behind me and tried to bite my straps back there. You give them some toys. Try to throw a box in every once in a while because it decomposes nicely. And they love to tear it up. So, isn't that right? So anyway, this is just a simple shelter. We thought about putting an end on it, but they seem to like to be able to get out either end. So, we thought as long as we could turn it the right direction, you know, we got the
Hey, buddy.
the tops of the snow, rain and stuff will run off. We'll actually put some roofing material on it later. The wind's out of the way, they get down in that hole. A lot of times, there for a while it got a little cold and they dug that hole. We threw some bedding down in there, and when they'd get up in the morning for me to feed, the steam would just roll out of that hole. It was kind of interesting. Every day I learned something new. Of course, I was always told you learn something new every day, and I learned 4 or 5 things every day on animals, and I read a lot, do some research. By no means is this any form of my own designs, just things I've looked at books, on the internet, videos. We tweak them that makes it to work where you're at. You know, we're at 9,500 feet to 10,000 feet, depends on where you're at on the land. And, you know, stuff down at below even 6,000 is way different. And then when you get down in the Midwest where they're more in the lines of 1,000 to 800 feet, yeah, that's way different. They need a whole different scenario. Up here, you know, some of the beautiful things up here, especially on our goats and items like that, parasites are almost non-existent. We have very few that we have to worry about. They say that if you're in Iowa, we don't get nearly the moisture they get. So it's hard for the internal parasites to live. So that's one nice thing about it. The downside to it is we don't get nearly the water that they get, so that means things don't grow as fast or as long. Our true growing season is only about 90 days. We're warmer than that, but most of the stuff, by the time it gets out of being dormant, like trees and all that, then it has a good 90 days, and then it will start going back into the dormancy because of the moisture and content and stuff. So, you know, there's good things and bad things in every situation and where you're at. So, me personally, I'm a mountain guy. I'm not a beach guy. The snow and the wind and the cold and all that does not bother me at all. You know, the hot, humid places in the world, Florida's and southern Texas, that's not me. And trust me, the last thing you want to see is this guy in a swimsuit. So anyway, thanks for visiting with us, and you have a great day.